Team.
Okay. Carrie just asked me, do you still get nervous? Yes. Heck yeah, I get nervous. I'm like in front of Periscope, and now you're live in front of me. Yes. I will always get nervous. Never fear.
Oh my gosh.
I am Carrie Lewis Newton. I am the Black Status presenter with Unique as of this past November. But more importantly, I am a wife and I'm a mom. I've been married to my husband Luke for 15 years this summer, and we have 3 kids: Silas, Lila, and Jack, which many of you have heard me talk about. Jack, and have seen Jack and have probably feel like you know Jack. And he is at home with me currently, but he goes to school next year, so life's going to change big time for me this fall. So I started with Unique the last week in July of 2014. You'll notice a lot of us started around the same time that are up here today. And all of us have different journeys, which I love that. I think that is so cool. So I have just a little bit about me. I have a master's degree in social work. I worked in that field for about 10 years until I realized that I hated it. I love people. I don't like them in the social work setting. Didn't know that about myself for about 10 years, and much to my husband's dismay and many school loans later, I left the field of social work. Part of why I hated social work was because I'm the type of person that has to have a creative outlet, and social work just did not fulfill that in me. So I would try and find it in other areas like cooking, decorating, things like that. And so when I left social work, my grand idea was to start my own business, refinishing and painting furniture. So that's what I did. I started a little business called Lila's Pockets in Indianapolis, and my best friend and I did that together for many years. Well, many, I mean, it was like, I don't know what, 6 years. One of my other best friends, Natalie's here today, and was a huge Lila's Pockets supporter too. But it really got to the place with Lila's Pockets where I found myself spending more money on the business than I was actually making. People loved my stuff. They just didn't want to pay the money that it was worth. And it was right around that time where I was starting to have a little bit of a panic attack because I relied on that money, that one of my best friends joined Unique. And now my sponsor, Natalie Center. And she, actually, the funny thing about Natalie and my story, and things could have gone down very differently, I was added to an online Facebook party. And I called her because I knew nothing about makeup, and she did. And I'm like, Natalie, what the heck is this 3D fiber lash stuff? Have you tried it? She's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I said, okay, now how many of you would have loved for this to happen? I said, I'm going to add you to this party that I'm in, and let's buy it, and then you can tell me what you think. So that's what we did. Several weeks later, I see her on Facebook with it. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I call her, I'm like, what are you doing? And she says, you should do a party. You know a lot of people in other states. And it took me all about 2 minutes to decide that I was going to join, because I had been talking with her about changing up my makeup game, and she said, you should just buy the kit. And so I did, but the thing was, because we were in some financial issues, I didn't have $99. So I marched my little butt up to my closet, I pulled out 7 pairs of shoes from my bin, I posted those suckers on Facebook, and I bought my $99 kit with 7 pairs of shoes. So if you got a brother who's a problem, okay, so here's the thing. I used to shy away from numbers in the beginning of this. My elite will tell you that. I've learned to share my numbers, and here's why. Not to brag, but because I want to inspire you. Anyone can do this. And I prove that to you in this way. I share my numbers, I share my success with you, but I share my methods. Because I never ever want a woman to look on at me and say, I could never be her. I could never do what she's doing. And that is why I have come up with ways, come up with methods, come up with ideas that I will never hold back in giving. Because I don't want anyone to ever look on at me and say, I can't do that. Okay? So we have that deal. So as I share these things, I don't want any of you sitting there thinking, I can't do that. Okay? Okay, so my business took off from the beginning. Okay, my launch party was fabulous. By the end of my launch party, I had 3 people on my team, and it just went crazy. I hit green in 6 weeks. I alone had the company sales for green in 2 weeks of September. Okay, so my business started off strong, very strong. It has honestly not slowed down one day since then. You can ask Natalie and just I am probably going to lose my mind one of these days. So enjoy the time with me while you have it.
to mind.
No. And honestly, because I'm one of those people too. I look on at the Sherry Browns and the Bree Richardsons and I think, well, they had it, I've said this. They just had it easier back then. It was easier for them. And I will be honest with you. When I joined, was it easier? In a lot of ways, yes. Because I could slap up a stupid picture of a 3-tier terrible lash photo and people would ask me about it and they might buy it. So in a lot of ways, and you laugh because you know it's true, in a lot of ways we've done it. It was easier, but I will tell you this.
Okay, you can hold it for a minute.
With a little creativity and a little innovation, you will be unbelievable. Because I had figured that out, my business is tenfold of what it was last year. And I will tell you this, my November, my December, my January, and my February were double what they were last year. And that's without the Liquid Foundation, ladies. Okay? You can do this. All right, so I'm not even.
It's not.
All right, I recently got on the Black Sabbath page and asked
green,
a lot of the Black Sabbath leaders, I want to know what the girls in your top 10, what they're doing to be in the top 10. Because I knew what mine were doing. You know what mine were doing. So I wanted to know. Now, not including. Okay, so I asked, and I prefaced it with, don't include the girls that spend thousands of dollars on Google Ads and Facebook groups. Here's why. There's nothing wrong with that. You can make money doing it. Well, I would beg different with someone about how much money you can make doing it. You can get a really high PRS with that. And that's okay. That's fine, and I don't judge them for that. I will tell you this. If you spend a lot of money on Google Ads and Facebook groups, you will not build a team that knows how to sell the product. Okay? So if you do that, fabulous. All more power to you. I would love to have a Google Ads girl on my team. Bring it on, okay? But you best know how to sell the product in some other way so that you can teach the people under you how to do it. Okay? So that's why I didn't want to include that in the top 10 PRs. Hands down, the girls with the top 10 PRS on Black Sabbath page are doing online parties and Facebook. Hands down. Because here's the thing. If someone had told me that in joining Unique, I was going to have to do home parties and one-on-ones, no way. Many of you know this about me. I'm terrible one-on-ones. I really am. If I've given off the vibe that I'm a little snobby, I promise I'm not. I'm terrible one-on-one. I'm so much better with this. But put me in front of 4 people and I am scared to death. Okay? So that scares me. My life just does not work with that. Okay? So the reality is 99% of the people that are joining you in this business are joining because they think they can do this online. So does that mean you shouldn't do one-on-ones and home parties? Absolutely not. I got Patty on my team back here that's a rock star with home parties. Love it. She's always in my top 10. Fabulous. But Patty also knows how to sell online because she's got girls on her team that sell online. Okay? Does that mean that I don't do it? Yeah, kind of. It does mean that I don't do it. But I can tell you how. And I can point you to someone that knows how to do it. Okay? So, the importance of what I'm about to share with you is this. You are going to have girls that need to know how to sell on this platform, even if you're not doing it yourself. Okay? Okay. So, how do you effectively sell online? You need to know what your number 1 product is. Okay? You got to know what your number 1 product is. And I can promise you, this is something I figured out early on, which is why I think my business went off with a boom. Okay? Your number 1 product is not the mascara. Dear God, your number 1 product is not the liquid foundation. Okay? It's not. It is not any of our products. Your number 1 product is the experience which you are giving to the viewer. Okay? So, whether that is your business page, your customer-based group, your Facebook wall, or your online party, that is the number 1 product, the experience that you are giving. Ultimately, it's you, right? But you got to go more than that. It's not just you. It's more than that. It's how you engage with the viewer. It's how you connect how you make them feel when they watch you. It's creating something that others want and then they want to share with other people, okay? So, first, you need to understand, why are people on Facebook? Well, first, it's an escape, okay? I mean, before all of us started Unique, we were on Facebook as an escape. That's why my husband's on Facebook, that's why my mother's on Facebook. You're on Facebook to scroll mindlessly, to be entertained, to watch a few funny things, to laugh, to connect with people, okay? You're on there to escape, to connect, and to be entertained. That's why people are on Facebook. Listen to me. They are not on there to buy. That's not why people get on Facebook, okay? So that's not how you're going to engage with them. What you're going to do, you are giving them something for free, okay? So I want you to change your mindset from being on Facebook to have someone buy something from you, to being on Facebook to give something to them, okay? That's your goal. You are giving an enjoyable experience. It's an experience that they're going to want to share with others. Okay, so let's talk about how do we have, you know me, I gotta give tangible ways of doing stuff, right? All right, so how do we give an enjoyable experience? Okay, quality has to be of the highest quality and excellence. Your experience must be high quality. I always tell my team this. An organized party is a qualified party. An organized party is a qualified party. If you do not take the time to organize and plan your thoughts out, write your script out, have your pictures ready, your videos done, forget it. Okay? Forget it. I'm just being honest with you. You cannot expect a viewer to take the time out of their mindless scrolling to stop and watch and pay attention to what you've done if you've not put the time in to be creative and thoughtful about what you've done. Okay? So, your party should flow like a conversation. Okay, it's okay. I joke that I'm talking about giving this awesome experience and my PowerPoint sucks. So, just don't even look at it. It's just so not representative of what I'm about. But I'm learning Keynote. Was anyone aware on Facebook when my laptop crashed and I lost all of my videos and all of my materials? That was marriage counseling day. It involved my husband.
Is that where you want to be?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thanks, Melanie. Okay, so when you're doing a party, it should flow like a conversation. You don't want to be all over the place scattered. I mean, you've been in a conversation with someone that's kind of like me right now, kind of all, jumping. All of you like, where is she going? I'm like, I need to get out of this conversation. I just cannot follow her. That cannot be your party. You need to flow in with a welcome, talking about who you are, moving to our number one product, face products, lip products, eyes, whatever. It doesn't have to be that, I know everyone's afraid of no. It doesn't have to be in that order, but it needs to flow, and then flow into the opportunity, and then talk about, an overview of what we've done in the party, and then a thank you. Right? It needs to all flow together like a conversation. It needs to be easy to watch, easy on the eyes. Do not, please promise me, do not agree to run a party with someone if you do not have a party script saved in your phone. Okay? If you don't have a party script in your note section that you can copy and paste with an album with the pictures that match the post and the videos that match the post, do not offer to run a Facebook party. You know why? Because it's those parties that are giving us a bad name. That's the honest truth. It's those kind of parties that are giving unique presenters a bad name. If you are laying in your bed at night, scrolling through your phone, trying to figure out what you're going to post in a party, you better not expect that viewer to get up out of her bed at night to go get her credit card, to come back to the computer to make a purchase. Don't expect it, it won't happen, okay? Now, quality. Your posts need to be high quality, okay? And that means high quality, good pictures. And you know how I feel about videos. You don't know how I feel about videos. Like, that is the backbone of my business, but I will tell you this, and I'm beginning to believe this even more. The pictures are just important as the videos, because a picture can kill the experience. If it is a graphic, how many of you already know what I'm going to say? No graphics! No graphics. A graphic is anything that does not have a picture of somebody in that post, preferably you. When you look at somebody's vacation pictures and you have now looked at the 10th landscape picture or the 3rd picture of their dinner plate, you're bored. You're bored. You want to see pictures of people. That's what attracts the human eye, okay? Any type of picture, and it doesn't matter how many ways I say this, people still don't understand it sometimes. That means any of our products. If you're posting a picture of just our product, that is an ad, okay? If you're posting little memes with Kermit the Frog, no eyelashes, please don't post that. That's another thing that's giving us a bad name. Okay? Nobody thinks that's funny, but you need presenters, okay? They don't get it in the parties, okay? The panda bear with no circle. I know some of you love that. You do, you love it. But I promise you the rest of the world might for a split second think it's funny, but they don't see it the way you see it, okay? Take it out of your party, right? That is spammy. What you want to do is have your videos, okay? And then you want photos. They're going to back up. So if you do a video on 3D fiber lashes, that next post that you do a couple hours later is going to be a picture of your awesome 3D fiber lashes. Or if you're going to do a video on how to apply the addiction eye palettes, the next post a couple hours later is going to be a picture of what it looks like with the addiction eye palettes on. Here's why. Your photos give evidence to your videos, okay? Because when someone's watching your video, they can't always see really well what the product is doing, but you can take a dang good picture of the addiction palettes, okay? And it's going to back up that video even more. A panda bear cannot do that, okay? Kermit the Frog cannot do that, okay? So that's the importance of a really good picture. So here's, and I don't know here, but that's a graphic. You all know what that is a graphic, okay? It has lips on it, but it's still not a picture of a person, okay? It's a graphic. This is me, looking all snobby. I told you, okay? So maybe I am a little snobby. That's me with the lip glosses, because I have a post about how I used to be a lip gloss snob, and I carried around 18 different lip glosses, and I didn't like any of them, okay? So that's the difference. And that picture actually on Facebook is very clear. You can see the color of lip gloss, okay? And it doesn't look like that. Okay, now, I don't post about every product we offer in the parties, okay? And I must get this question a zillion times. What products do you post about? Well, one, please go follow me on YouTube. There's a training on it, okay? But two, what I post about in my parties may not be what you post about in your parties, and here's why. You need to be posting about the products that make you feel the most confident. You need to be posting about the products that you feel the most comfortable applying, okay? So if you haven't gotten the hang of, and new presenters really listen to this, okay? If you haven't gotten the hang of the Splurge Cream Shadow yet, by all means do not post about the Splurge Cream Shadow. No one's making you, okay? Because your customers are going to buy what you love the most, what you're most passionate about, what you're most confident and comfortable doing, because it's going to show. It's going to show in your videos, and it's going to show in your pictures, okay? You will get the confidence. I can post about every product on our website now, because I've now gained the confidence and the familiarity with the products. But I still only post about my favorites in the party, because those are the ones I'm most excited about. My customer base group gets the other products, but I don't slam my party with all the products. I slam them with my favorites, okay? All right, now, the second step, so our first step in giving an experience that's worth sharing, quality. Second step in giving an experience that's worth sharing is connect. Oh wait, these are pictures again. Oh, this is horrible. So the top two pictures are when I first joined uni. I don't even know what that is. Like, it's my forehead. Honestly, like, what, Natalie, why did you not tell me? Okay? The other one, like, I'm taking a picture of my chest. Okay? Like, what in the world? Crop. Did anyone tell this girl what cropping meant? Okay? Down here, it's very clear. You're looking at my eyes. Okay? You're looking, and when I post a picture like that, I will always get what's on your eyes. Okay? Down here, very clear. There's actually, I didn't even use a filter on that picture because the lighting was so good that day. But yeah, what's on your eyes? What's on your lips? It's clear. Okay? Nicole, are you just noticing my brand? You missed that. Yes, I just branded myself. Okay. All right, so the second step in giving an experience worth sharing is connecting. You have to find a way to connect with your viewers. So how do you take a person that is on Facebook mindlessly scrolling through her newsfeed into a relationship with you? That is a really big jump, right? That's a really big jump. How do you do that? How do you go from someone who's trying to escape into a relationship with you? Well, it is not easy, okay? It is not easy. It's a lot of hard work, but I'm telling you, it can be done. It can be done. You need to first create an atmosphere where you quickly, you don't have a lot of time, where you quickly break down those walls. Okay, those walls have to be broken quickly. So your first video in an online party, you've heard me say this, it needs to be a welcome video. That needs to be the very first post. The viewers in that party are most likely to see the very first post if they engage with it. So if they click on it, they have now entered that party, and they are much more likely to start seeing your post come to their feed, okay? That is why it is so important that your first post not be a picture. It has to be a video, okay? Now, in that video, they need to want to click on it, okay? So if you were sitting at a table, I'm not going to click on that. I'm here to escape. I'm here to be entertained, right? That's not, no. So here's what I always tell my team. You need to be upbeat, and you need to be energetic. And you need to find a way to make that viewer want to click the play button, okay? So in my welcome video, my arms are moving, right? My eyes are big, my mouth is moving, okay? And I am upbeat and energetic. Now, it's still genuine to me though, okay? So here's what I tell in my training. Take your personality up 3 notches, okay? So some of you may not need Melina. I mean, you just have to be Melina, right? Some of you may not need to do that. I'm a person that does, okay? I'm a person that does. So the people that watch my videos that really know me, they are not turned off by the videos because I am being genuine with who I am. It's just up a few notches to engage people into the video, to pull them in, okay? So your first goal is to make them stop. That's your first goal. You want to make them stop scrolling. The second goal is to make them smile. Once you've done that, you've stopped them, you've made them smile, now it's time to connect, okay? And so my theory, which is why I do Facebook groups, okay? My theory is that if I can get them to stop and smile, I know I can get them to connect. If they'll just watch me. And so once I get them to connect, now they want to be in this group, okay? That's why I do groups. So, your videos, okay, so your videos should offer something before requiring anything, okay? This is part of you giving them something for free. So what you're going to do is you are going to teach them about the products rather than tell them about the products, okay? So what does that mean? Ultimately, they could walk away from your video, walk right into a CVS, pick up some makeup, and do what you just taught them. Absolutely, they could, but I'm banking on that connection piece with me and them, that they're going to buy the product I'm talking about, okay? do not do videos where you're just telling them what the products are, because you're not really offering them anything. You're just selling them. That's the difference between selling and sharing, like Brittany talked about. Because here's the thing. When you teach someone something, you empower them. And when you empower them, they connect with you. And when they connect with you, you've given them confidence to trust you and buy from you. Okay? So in all of your videos, your goal should be to teach, not tell. And the reason I say this is because I've seen videos with girls just holding up the addiction palettes, talking about the colors. That's great, but you're telling them. You haven't taught them anything, you haven't offered them anything. You're asking for something from them without giving. Okay? So it's just changing that mindset. You want to teach before you tell them anything. All right, so here is an example of creating a video that lets them see your personality, lets them smile a little bit, also tells them a little bit about yourself, okay? But tells them about, or teaches them about something before telling.
I have been blessed with really big brows. Okay, but seriously, look at these babies. I have always had big brows. If you go back and look at a picture of me from the time I was a little girl, I've always had really thick eyebrows. And I've never known what to do with them. I'm still a little hesitant with them. I've always been told I have Brooke Shields eyebrows, which I think, don't get me wrong, I think she's a beautiful woman. I just think you think Brooke Shields and you think brows, right? But I realized that not every woman has these babies on their face, okay? A lot of women have thin brows or sparse brows, because as we age, we begin to lose some of our eyebrows. And actually, believe it or not, mine are probably half the size that they were 10 years ago. So I'm really excited about these two products that we have, because I think you're going to love them. Brows are what frame your face. Brows are what show your age. So if your brows are sparse and thinning, without realizing it, it does show your age, because that's something that happens as we age. So I'm going to show you a fabulous way to bring back your brows. All right, this is our brow pencil. It has a little spoolie on the end. Little side note, I hate the word spoolie. I hate saying it, but that's what it is. It's a spoolie. Okay? And so what you're going to do is you're going to brush up and down. Okay? Up and down. And then you're going to take the pencil line. Okay? They come in 3 different shades. We have blonde, brunettes, and really dark black or brunette hair. And you're going to just make the shape of your eyebrow. You're going to take little tiny lines to fill it in, just like little hairlines. This is a tiny, tiny pencil. So it's literally the width of a hair follicle. Okay? And so what we do, we just come down, create the shape of the brow. Now for some of you, this is going to make a huge, huge difference. Now I am sparse in some areas, so filling this in is fabulous for me. Here, I just want to make this even, because I'm a terrible plucker. I'm never even. Okay? I'm just filling in. Are you seeing the difference already? Creating that shape. Okay? You see that? See how it just looks so much more manicured? Okay. So once you do that, then you get this. Okay, this is fabulous. This is a brow gel, and it has fibers in it, just like our mascara. So what it's going to do, it's going to tame those babies for people like me, and it's going to thicken your brows up, because it's going to add little tiny fibers. Okay? And it's going to create perfectly manicured brows. What do you think of that? Pretty amazing, right? Okay. These two products, they're awesome. They are going to create a frame for your beautiful eyes and face. Go get it today. Okay.
So in that video, you learned a little bit about me. You learned that I have big eyebrows. You learned that people call me Brooke Shields sometimes, right? You learned that I can laugh at myself, right? You learned how to do your eyebrows with or without our products. You learned how to do it. But I showcased our products. And by the end of it, you're not going to CVS to go get brow products. You're going to get those, right? So that's connecting with the customer. you also want to be vulnerable. So it's okay. I'm obviously silly, okay? I don't take myself entirely too seriously in those videos. And when I get a little ridiculous, I call myself out on it, okay? It's okay to be silly. It's okay to make some mistakes. I love, and we talk about this on Team Flourish a lot, I love the saying, people admire you because of your strengths, but they connect with you through your weakness. Okay? I saw that this week. I did a Periscope about how I struggle with fear and why I struggle with fear. That Periscope generated more messages in my inbox than any other training I've ever done. You know why? Because people connect with me on my weakness. That's why. That's how you connect with people. Okay? So, what does that mean for your parties? Don't be afraid for them to laugh at you. That is a huge wall that comes down. You know the people in your life that it's okay to make fun of them because they can laugh at themselves. They're the most fun people to be around. They really are. And so that breaks down a huge wall when you give the viewer the permission to laugh at you. So here's an example of one of my bloopers.
It's my favorite trick. You're gonna love it too. So go get your lashes. Also, just want to show you the pigments I have on today. This is my #1 asked question when I wear these pigments. What are you wearing? So it's gorgeous, sassy, confident, and innocent. And whenever I wear these pigments, it's not an ask me what's on my eyes. Probably want to get them. You can get 4 for a deal in our sex section.
Guess what? That's in my party. They love it. They love it. It gives them the chance to laugh at me. It lets them know that, I'm not here to brag about my strengths. It's okay to be a little vulnerable and weak. And they laugh. And it works. It works. The other thing you want to do is be willing to show your flaws. So you can see. You can't see it right now, but I have acne scars around my mouth because I had horrible acne before I joined Unique because of my precious Jack and his last pregnancy on my body. But our liquid foundation covers that up. Being vulnerable and being able to post a picture of the part of my body that honestly I dislike the most, that connects with some girl in that party who's struggling with the exact same thing. And I can't tell you the number of young moms that have messaged me because I'm willing to say that third pregnancy did a number on me. And their message was like, yes, my self-esteem is so low right now because of acne on my jaw and mouth. I don't even want my husband to kiss me right now. And I'm like, I got the answer for you. Because that's what it did for me.